It's time for open wheel one-shot challenge. I really like the way my livery looks on this car. But beyond that, it's a sort of intermediate setup, sort of aggressive, sort of safe. The the brake bias, the diff, and the downforce are all safe. The gear ratio and the suspension are all aggressive, so we'll see how it pans out. Had to look back there to clear the annoying wind sound, which is very, very annoying. Have to be really careful on acceleration out of the slow corners with this thing. This thing does have amazing brakes, though. Use this first lap to get used to my setup and the track and the combination. Since this is time attack on the challenge, it doesn't really matter that I had that spin, because this first lap is a throwaway anyway. Just not nearly as familiar with this course in reverse as I am in forward. It's so odd to go through the tighter of those two corners first. Alright, so my next lap, I'm gonna have to push pretty hard. But I'm still not quite ready to, which is gonna make this very tricky. Because I feel like I need about 2 more laps to get used to this combination. But I have to start pushing now to make sure that I'm sort of in an A groove at least. By the time the 3rd lap rolls around. A little bit of a lockup. The big thing is controlling this thing on power and controlling it on big changes of direction. Because Autosport itself doesn't really like big changes of direction, and it's just exaggerated in this car that much more. But we'll see what we can do. Let's go a little slower through here than you'd expect. He is down a wheel. That's interesting. I didn't know the AI could crash themselves that much. A little early on the brake there, but if I hadn't gotten the penalty, it wouldn't have been too bad. But with that penalty, that's really detrimental. And this is a really hard corner to brake for, because you're still turning, which means you cannot use very much of the brake pedal. But you have to use a lot of the brake pedal. It's going all the way down from 5th to 2nd. So I definitely prefer this course the other way, but it's not that bad this way. Got it nice and slowed down that time. Just got to keep it safe under exit. Did that for the most part. So we got a 140.2. Can definitely beat that. Another front left lockup. But that is the unloaded tire going through that corner, so that's almost to be expected. In a sense. A little wide there. That's going to hurt a lot time-wise. Seems like a tiny little thing, but that's going to hurt even more. Well, second lap is definitely going to have to stand. But we'll still finish this one. Well, first of all, because we have to. Second of all, because you never know. I could make up an entire second in this last little sector. I mean, I can't, but I could. Especially not doing silly stuff like that. Oh well. 140.2 is definitely not the time that we could set. But that's kind of the nature of this one-shot challenge that I make for myself. Sometimes you just end up leaving a little bit more than you want out there. But even so, I still find it a lot more fulfilling personally than going around again and again and again. Nothing against people that do that. But for me, this adds another layer of challenge to it that makes it more interesting. Only getting gold hurts. Yeah, see? If I had kept that third lap intact, I would have at least been in platinum. But sometimes that happens.